Some of us can talk really well, while some are great listeners, and maybe some are good at both. Some have athletic abilities, and perhaps some are meant to be just behind the camera. Whatever the case may be, society will always have a place for you, and it will be up to you to find it. There are so many things that every one of us is blessed with, and we must all find time to appreciate these talents and gifts. Making it through 8th grade was a lot more challenging than making it through the earlier grades. There were a lot of times that we had to stay awake beyond our normal sleeping hours, just to make sure that we were ready for another day. We had been given tests, quizzes, and homework in loads, and we had to be prepared for them, even if it meant using the weekend for studying. I believe that we had to go through these, because 8th grade is where we transition from a lower level of learning to a higher one. As we went on during the school year, the studying never stayed the same, but it just got more difficult and more challenging each and every day that passed. I know that the same will be true as we move to high school. So, the question really to us is, are we ready for high school? I say, yes, we are. It's a competitive world out there. Each one of us must realize that it is going to be tough. It's not going to be daddy's or mommy's world. I appreciated that I was given this opportunity to be challenged and tried. I think that our teachers and parents are preparing us to be equipped with the necessary tools that we need to face whatever lies ahead of us. There are a lot of people out there, and the competition is tight. In the real world, it will boil down to, if you can't do it, there will always be someone who can. Of course, we all want to be successful someday. The road to someday has already begun, and don't ever think it just comes to you. Believe in your abilities, and find within you that God-given talent and ability. If you do, there will always be a reward for doing so. I believe this, and I hope that you do too. It's now up to us to search and fulfill our destiny. We have the right tools to do so. Perhaps someday, some of us may come out as a big name in his or her chosen field or profession, while some of us may just be worker bees who live ordinary and simple lives. Any way you end up in the future, don't forget to look back on today. This is the period in our lives when our foundation of knowledge and understanding was being set. To all our teachers, what better time is there for us to express our gratitude to you, the people who have touched our lives in every way they correspond. To our mentors, from the 1st grade to the 8th grade, thank you very much, and may God grant you his grace all your lives for the noble work that you have been doing. As I have mentioned, 8th grade is so far the most challenging level of education we have had. It deserves special mention of these individuals who molded us to be who we are. Mr. Miller, Mr. James, and Coach Julie. They made sure oxygen was pumped into our head after a hard day's work. Mr. Short. He made sure that we knew how to use the computer to turn it on and turn it off and everything in between. Mrs. Patty for teaching us Spanish, an important skill in a place like California. Mrs. Costello for her endless efforts to make sure that we understood mathematical concepts and principles. Ms. Freeman for being so organized and flexible and teaching us the values of science and health. And finally, to Mrs. Roberts for challenging us to use the big hard drive in us and fill it with historical and biblical events as well as grammar and language arts. We would also like to thank Mrs. Keenan and Mrs. Thompson for being with us and telling us that certain things happen for a reason, and we just need to be strong and never believe the lies that the devil speaks. To our parents, you have always been good to us and supported us all the way in our endeavors. We could not ask for more. Thank you for loving us unconditionally. Above all, we thank God for his gift of life. Our belief in God as the writer of our lives is the best learning that Coast Christian School has given us, and for this we will be forever thankful. My fellow graduates, it is a long way to go, but we are moving in the right direction, so we must stay on track. And as we leave this stage, we wish Coast Christian Schools its continued success in the years to come ahead. We look forward to the day